Here we go, it's World Sports Betting Morning Betting Show. Good morning, it's the 17th of June. Introduce everybody in just a moment, and this is the lineup for today. We're very pressed for time because we've got to get Dom the Bomb selection, we've got to introduce everybody, and then we've got to go over to Ipswich in the next, 12 minutes from now for race number 7. We'll chat about the Durban July up front as well. After the 7th race from Ipswich, we're going to be talking about rugby, big rugby this afternoon and this evening as well, and this morning, don't forget about all day. Cricket, the Champions Trophy final tomorrow. Football Confederations Cup kicks off later today, and also the US Open is in full swing. Then we're back to Australia for Ipswich and Moonee Valley before we end off with all our sponsors, best bets and everything else that goes on as well. Very good morning to you from myself, Alistair, and the rest of the team. Liam's on the gallery. He'll be joining us a little bit later on. We've got Dom the Bomb, Gary Lenton, we've got Terry Payne and also Rod McCurdy here, early bells this morning. And yeah, I'm going to start off with Rod. I'm going to start off on that side of the couch. Morning.
Morning.
Very interesting thing was told to me yesterday about you.
Oh.
One of your favourite movies is Avatar.
You know,
Avatar.
Avatar.
hey, they've made another 3 now, haven't they? They're coming out, I think, next
Avatar
year.
1, 2 and 3?
No, one's already out, Terry.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. No, I enjoyed that. Didn't you enjoy that?
A movie about little blue aliens.
It's quite nice. No, actually, my best movie is the one with Jack Nicholson.
One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
No, that's your one.
It is a good one.
You should have been in there. Were you in that movie?
I was in that. I was a guy on the wall like that.
Yeah.
No, it could have been like that. No, I think it was like that.
A Few Good Men. That's my favourite movie.
Few Good Men.
Few Good Men.
Yeah,
brilliant.
Describes us. Terry, I know one of your favourite movies is Mr. Bones.
Very good. Or Scooby-Doo.
Yes.
Yeah, I quite like those.
Mr. Bones.
Mr. Bones. Brilliant. What do you mean he lifts up his elephant's tail? And his shit all over him.
You can't say
brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Confederations Cup kicks off later
Yeah,
today.
Confederations Cup. Not quite sure about that. I think he's got better as the years have gone by. I thought one of the better ones was here in 2009 when Brazil and USA. What a great game that was. I think they were 2-0 down at half time. Brazil got up to win 3-2.
Correct.
One or two weakened sides, so got to be a little bit careful. Germany have really got a reserve side out this time, so be careful with the betting.
Okay, thanks for the heads up with that. Gary Lenton left Cape Town this morning at 3 o'clock, and you've come straight here. How was it?
No, a wonderful time there.
Yeah.
Very good time, you know. Got a bit tired now, but no, it's all good, you know.
Brilliant. Different story what you just told us 10 minutes ago.
Oh, what must I do? Tell people all the gory details.
Yeah.
But I must admit, yesterday I met some really wonderful people in Cape Town. I just want to say something to the one bloke, right? Just as pure dedication. The man watches the show every morning, right?
Well, every Saturday morning. If he sits and watches from 7 o'clock every morning.
When he goes spinning, Gavin Wiggle, right? He records the show and watches it when he gets back. And just had
He's a good judge.
I think it's brilliant. And when I told WSB about it this morning, they said if he's got an account, great, they're going to put 2,000 Rand. And if he doesn't open an account today, Gavin, they're going to put 2,000 Rand in there for you right here and now.
I watch the show all the time, and I don't have a cent in my account.
Yeah, that's because you punt badly. Neither will he after he's had a couple of bets, probably. You know, like, especially if he continues drinking wine at the rate he was last night, you know. But anyway.
Dom the Bomb. Ipswich Race 7 is what you had to talk about. How do we find you this morning?
Yeah, morning, Alistair. Yeah, it's not an easy race today again.
Like last week, Dom, eh?
You see, T's just like the owners. You can tip them 7 winners in a row and you tip
We'll
one
get
bad
one
one.
bad one,
and
they
you
remember
nail
that.
for it.
I just want to say, yesterday, not a word of lie, at least 15 people told me about egg tart.
Egg tart. Yeah, that's the first one we
That it's
tipped.
going to go and it's going to race
two.
against another really good horse there and how great it was for you.
16 to 1 double the first one, matey. Well
Lovely,
done.
lovely.
Yeah, but everyone got their cash back last week, didn't they?
Yeah,
they
so
Including World Sports Betting.
it's a no-brainer, right? You
Yeah.
back the horse, you get your money back if it doesn't run in the first 4.
So you either tip an each way one. If it either wins, great. But
Great.
don't let it. If it doesn't win, don't let it
it was
finish in the top
either, it was
4.
either win or run out of the place.
Place,
Things,
yeah.
Yeah, don't forget about that special that World Sports Betting are running. Just quickly, before we get into Ipswich Race 7, I want to talk about the Vodacom Durban July, Dom. Final field to be announced here on Teletrack on Tuesday. Draw done half an hour after the final field is announced. And, well, last weekend in the Rising Sun Gold Challenge, we are none the wiser. Where are you going? With the 3-year-olds, with the older horses? And by the way, there's a July National Card call, and Gary Lenton understands what's going on here. But get a boosted price on 6 randomly selected horses for the July today between 9:30 and 10 o'clock. So phone World Sports Betting and get your bets on for the Vodacom Durban July between 9:30 and 10 o'clock. That's
So you could go in there and one say 6 to 1 and they may give you 12 to 1. Is that what it boils down to?
yes,
Totally
but
random.
it's random. So I mean, if Alsaham's not one of
Who's
those,
he? Is that running?
But I promise you, people are going to get double the prices on certain horses.
Yes.
Do it between 9:30 and 10
Brilliant.
this morning.
Yes.
Brilliant.
So now's the time. Well, not now. 9:30 and 10 o'clock. Those are the times that you need to get on with World Sports Betting. Another wonderful special that they got. And as for this one, back Dom's top Australian tip for the day, which we'll get in about 5 minutes. And if his selection does not run in the first 4, you get your money back. And then there's Donkey Luck, which is something that Rod's had none of for a long, long time. Back any odds-on favourites and receive your stake back in free bets should your selection of get beaten by a horse of over 25 to 1 or more. There we go. It's easy stuff. You should all know this by now. Anti-post for the Durban July. Back any horse to win the 2017 Durban July and get your full stake back in free bets if your selection does not run.
This is your weekend to do that. A lot of horses are going to be scratched on Tuesday, obviously, right? The field will come down to 20 and then 18.
Yeah.
And
So
the
this is the time
prices,
to do it, you know what I'm saying? Get on down. If your horse gets scratched, get your Tom back.
Okay, Dom. Last weekend we saw the Rising Sun Gold Challenge won by Captain America. So did we get any clues last weekend for the Vodacom Durban July?
I've been disappointed with all the lead-up races to the July. The only one that really impressed me was Edict of Nantes and El Sahim. That I'm going to follow the 3 L's this year. I think the 3 L's are the key. The older horses that are prepping and qualifying for the July never impressed me. Especially the Cup trial, I wasn't impressed.
Well,
The Rising
Elusive Silver
Sun-
won it, and then Black Arthur was just in behind.
Yeah.
And there's a huge push from the Snaith PR machine. I don't know if you've been reading those articles, Gary, all over the place. Snaith trying to push his horses into the July. And you know what? Right, I think Black Arthur deserves a run, my personal
Do you?
opinion. Yes.
Sure. Is it not a bit, maybe a bit brassish for me, that horse?
At the weights, he's a
Can,
big
can
runner.
I ask, 'cause I know you get is it a selection panel who do the selection?
Yeah.
Just purely their opinion, is that it?
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
His ability and the
Terry,
lead-up,
remember
yeah.
last year there was controversy.
Well, there's
about
always
the
controversy.
Duncan House statement. What was that horse? Saratoga Dancer.
Yes.
And actually ran a cracker. Ran in the, where did it finish?
It's the most
I think it's the length and a half of
choosing
them,
the
yeah.
July
Exactly.
field.
And
I'm sure it is. Everybody thinks their horse should be and understand that.
But then if it's a thankless job, take the human element out of it, put in some
Criteria.
type
A
of theory that
computer.
it gets followed by, and then you know your horse is going to get in, what it has to do to get in, what it's not going to get into. Why are there merit ratings if this is a merit rated race and they are able to ignore them? What's the point?
But it's a handicap,
It's a
so you have to look at the merit rating, surely.
But they can ignore them if they choose to.
What?
Well, let's just quickly have a look at the betting for the Vodacom Durban July, the latest courtesy of World Sports Betting. And I see that Anton Marcus is declared on Edict of Nantes, so that means he's going to have to diet and starve himself, Dom. And, well, we know Anton, the consummate professional.
What weight's that got?
Yeah, what are
there?
the 3-year-olds carrying?
54.
54 Edict of Nantes, 53.5 Al Sahim.
But doesn't Anton battle to ride 56 nowadays?
He rode Attenborough at Scottsville in the Group 1 a couple of weeks ago. I think it was 55.
Wow.
And he had a week to do it. So now if he's set a stall out with the Edict of Nantes, he's got an extra couple of
If
weeks
I was
to
a
do
jockey, I'd like to ride a Nightingale.
Is it a filly?
Yeah.
it. Do you know something?
No, I just think, you know what I mean, that would be very a good ride.
Dom, Mr. Winsome runs tomorrow at Scottsville in the Track and Ball Derby, and there are a few shrewdies that I know quite well that have come through and said, whoa, on the Betting World 1900 run, he's well weighted.
He is well weighted, Alistair, but you know, I'm just not impressed with the older horses this year. I just think the 3 L's are going to dominate. And a couple of weeks back, I think the first week that we with World Sports Betting and announced what we liked, I think at the Daily News 2000, we tipped Edict de Nantes and El Sahim to run first and second.
Yep.
If the guys listened then, they were getting 12 and 10 to 1, or 8 to 1. I think El Sahim was 8 to 1 and Edict de Nantes was over 10 to 1. And look at the prices now.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to even bother going through the rest of them. I'm a 3-year-old fan. I'm waiting for the draws to come out. And once the draws
Dom,
are out,
so what are the 3-year-olds?
well, it's El Sahim and Edict de Nantes.
Okay.
Those are the 3-year-olds.
They're the ones you fancy.
Those are the two I fancy. And depending on the draw, I'll make my verdict up after that.
Okay.
It's going to be exciting to see what they draw and who comes in when the unfolding the unfolding comes out. But we'll see.
Okay.
Let's not elaborate just yet.
All right. Well, let's elaborate
Big
on Ipswich.
words, eh?
Elaborate. There we go. Biggest word
word,
a
eh?
Lebanese person's ever used.
Saturday
Right.
morning.
Let's talk about Ipswich Race 7 as we need to get over there in the next couple of minutes. Here's the betting, and I know that Dom again has spent a few days going through all of this, and I haven't got a clue what you've tipped. As you've kept your cards close to your chest for the last few days.
I'm going for Jeff Lloyd today.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Some South African interest. Yeah, I think he's drawn well. He's
What's
riding
he
a
found?
He's riding a horse called Jumbo Prince.
Four to one.
4
That's
to 1.
Rod McCurdy, a jumbo prince.
Yeah.
Jumbo
Jumbo,
Prince,
innit?
yeah. What's he paying their place, Alistair? I don't want my glasses.
11 to 25.
Yeah, 11.26. 25.
It's a bit short for a place. Eh?
About
Glasses aren't
about
there
4.5 to 10.
Yeah.
But I mean, like you say, if it doesn't run a place, you're going to
yeah.
get your Tom back.
So I think the guys must go on Jumbo Prince. The danger is sought after. I think sought after is the only danger, in my opinion. She's a filly running against the Colts. She's got fantastic form over the course and over the distance. Whereas Jumbo Prince is proven over the course and distance. He ran second in this race last year. He went slightly off form of recent, but what the predictors are saying and the build up to the race and all the trial barriers and that, they say Jumbo Prince is the horse.
Whereabouts is
I
Ipswich?
was just going to ask the same thing.
Ipswich, everyone knows what it is, Terry.
Yeah, well, I know where the one is in England.
It's in
Just
Australia.
pinch the name again.
Everyone knows it's there. Jeff Lloyd rides in Queensland.
Correct.
Queensland, yeah.
Okay, well, we need to go over to Queensland. We'll be back after this with Liam Delcon.
I hope
We'll
it
be
is.
chatting about cricket, rugby, soccer, golf, and a whole lot of other stuff in between. Let's go over to Australia and shout home Jumbo Prince.
This July, stand a chance to win an all-inclusive trip to the Melbourne Cup in Australia with the World Sports Betting July 6. Place any racing bet of £50 or more before the 1st of July 2017 to enter. Great consolation prizes up for grabs. Predict the first 6 horses to cross the line in mid-July and win. Enter now at www.wsb.co.za. Terms and conditions apply. World Sports Betting. Bet with the best.
Tessa Stock, trained by Trent Bussett and Natalie Young. Glenn Collis.
I think this is the lightweight knockout of the race, to be honest. He draws well with 54 on his back. He's a horse that loves a wet track, and he just looks fit and light, and just how you want to see a horse coming into this sort of a race.
We go to Choice R, number 14. Another one from the Wayne Walters camp from Mount Gambier.
Well, if there's any chinks in the Fuse horse's armour here, we know he really sticks on well. He's a winner over almost 2,400 4 starts ago. I think he needs a PB, though.
And Barrage is 100 to 1.
Yeah, just coming through those lower grades at this stage, probably not good enough.
That's the field for the Channel 7 Ipswich Cup, and Harry Bull, who trains with his dad Adrian, have got Benzini lining up. He's won a Brisbane Cup. Bernie, can he win an Ipswich Cup?
Well, I'm not sure, but he's certainly got to be there with a huge chance. Can he carry 60 kilos and win, Harry?
Oh, he'll give it a good shot. He's a horse that really tries hard, and he's fit, he's well, and he pulled up really well after last week. Really happy with his work Thursday. So we'll give it everything we've got, I guess.
Ideally in the run, I mean, you were dominated in an on-speederish type race the other day, so where do you want to be in this sort of a race?
Not too similar to last week. That's how he races good. He's just got to find his feet, breathe, relax, and that's where he races. That's how he races best.
The track looks pretty even now.
Yeah, he doesn't handle it real wet, but I think today's not too bad, and I think he'll get through it nicely.
He's missing a tail. What happened there?
Oh, the tail bandage a bit long going to Hong Kong, caused a little cut, and a little bug got in there and ate it away, I guess.
Doesn't seem to stop him.
No, it gets a bit annoying for him when there's a few flies around, but no, it doesn't stop him at all.
Good luck, Harry.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I think he'd be more annoyed by the music, Bernie, than missing his tail. But there you can see it in shot. So it happened on the way to Hong Kong. Now, the late mail numbers before we get a market update from Glenn.
Yeah, I'm going to tip Jumbo Prince. I think this crowd will go wild if he wins. He's a bit of a local down the hill there from Toowoomba, from the Michael Nolan stable. He ran second in this race last year behind Morris. I think that's good enough form. I think weighted up to his best here with 58 though. So what I want to see is him, 4th, 5th in the run, just doing nothing for the first 1,000 or 1,200 metres here. So 2 to beat Benzini, no knock on him at all. You heard from Harry, he's done really well throughout the week, and he is the class runner here by far. 3 sought after, and then I'm going the way of Tessa Stock, a lightweight chance. 2, 1, 3 and 13.
OK, Glenn, take us through the market for the Ipswich Cup.
Well, Greg, we've got equal favourites now in the Ipswich Cup, numbers 1 and 6, Benzini and Self-Sense. That's Benzini on your screen there now. And brand new favourite for the Ipswich Cup. He's number 6, Self-Sense. You could have had $9.50 first thing this morning, is now a $4 favourite. Now, once again, I'll explain you these prices here on the QOP. This is saying $4.60 to $5 to $4. This was $9.50 this morning, Self-Sense. Now the $4 favourite. Numbers 1 and 3, Benzini and Sought After. Next picks at $4.40. Jumbo Prince the 2 at $5. And then you go out to Kaiser France at $13, $19 and longer the rest. So a decent move right throughout the day here for Self-Sense. Greg hasn't won a race for over 2 years. And see if it can break through. That's it in those lime green colours there. And they tell me the native's getting a little bit restless, Greg, especially in the infield there.
The natives are getting very restless, Glenn, and I just wish that person playing the music in the middle had just piped down for just 10 minutes, just to give us a break. It is thumping music. Big crowd. What's the record here, Bernie? Close to 20?
Yeah, close to... Actually, one year they got over 20, so I haven't seen Brett to ask him what it is this year. Since they moved a lot to the infield, it's not as bustly out here, but still very, very full. I see the police horses are here.
Plenty of police. All right, there is Paragon with the barrier blanket on, and they're about to walk up here for the Ipswich Cup. A lot of horses have had a long time out of the winners list. We haven't seen Benzini win a race since the Brisbane Cup last year. Feltra's been out for a long time. Self-Sense a long time. Trying to break back into the winners list. Pop and Scotch a couple of years. Paragon almost a year. Tears of Joy 18 months. Meteorologist just under a year. As they load in well. They're sought after. They name a race after Gay Waterhouse as the final event of the day here today, the Gay Waterhouse Classic, and she and Adrian have sought after here. Comes out of that race in Adelaide.
Yeah, she looks to have some nice strong form, and she's a younger mare on the way up, whereas a few of these are getting a little bit long in the tooth, but it's still, for mine, a pretty open race.
Tears of Joy goes up, having its first run for Toby Edmonds, formerly with Mark Kavanagh, and here's Court Star expected to lead, walking into the gates as well. Paragon goes in with its barrier blanket. So at the top of the straight in front of a huge crowd, this is the Channel 7 Ipswich Cup over the 2150.
You bet fixed 5 into 360 on the QOP. So Self-Sense backed into favourite in the Cup. Now Meteorologist and Feltra will be about the last couple to move in. So 21.50 for the Ipswich Cup for 2017 in front of this huge crowd, taking any possible vantage point they can find. Now Meteorologist will be the last to come up, so Self-Sense's Cup favourite, very well tried. Now Meteorologist will be the last to come in for Tiff Brooker, and the Cup field right to go. Stand by for a start. All in the gates at the top of the home straight. So 21.50 the distance. Self-Sense into favourite. Very well tried. Starter has them. Red light now. Set for the Cup. We're right. Racing. Court Star away sweetly. Self-Sense likewise. Barrage is going forward. Kaiser France kicking up to be handy. Tetsa Stock is not all that far away. Meteorologist has gone back, and Feltra's back third last, and Benzini's got about 3 or 4 behind him. So Court Star and Sought After now the first couple. Going to third, Paragon out wider. Kaiser Friends inside Barrage. A length and a half to Self-Sense, and Jumbo Prince out 3 wide, and over on the rail Tetsa Stock. A length and a half, Tears of Joy. Pop and Scotch and 3 lengths to Feltra. Benzini's third last on the outside. Second last, Choiser. And the last one, Meteorologist, about 15 lengths off Court Star, who led the way by a length and a half from Sought After. Paragon's out wide, going up into third, passing Kaiser Friends and Barrows. A length and a half to Self-Sense outside Tessa Stock. Jumbo Prince outside Tears of Joy. Feltra's inside Pop and Scotch, and Benzini's inside Choicer. And the last one is Meteorologist, about 15 lengths off Court Star. 1,200 metres from the judge in the Ipswich Cup, and Court Star by a length and a half. Sought After is second, 3 lengths away third, Paragon. Fourth is Kaiser Friends over on the inside of one of the bolters there, Barrage. Barrage. A length and a half to Self-Sense outside Tessa Stock, and Jumbo Prince on the outside of Tears of Joy. Choices out 3 wide, sliding past Pop and Scotch and Feltra. Benzini's 2.5 lengths away, second last, and Meteorologist about 5 lengths away now, last of all. So Court Start the 750 by a length and a half from sought after Paragon. Barrage about 3 lengths away. Self-Sense creeping forward out wider, in company with Jumbo Prince and Kaiser Friends over on the inside. Benzini taking off as well. Tears of Joy the next one, and Tessa Stock from Feltra. Choicer, Pop and Scotch and Meteorologist. It's now Paragon hitting the lead here from Court Star. Going forward on the outside is Self-Sense. Jumbo Prince and Benzini on the outside, and sought after is the next one. Paragon being joined by Self-Sense. Heads up turn for home in the cup. Over on the inside is Court Star. Self-Sense in front. Court Star the inside. Benzini plugs home from Jumbo Prince and Paragon, but it's all Self-Sense. It's racing clear with the cup. Benzini goes to second, but Self-Sense about 6 lengths in front, and Self-Sense bolts in. Self-Sense pulled up by 6 lengths on the line. Second goes to Benzini. Third, Jumbo Prince. Not sure fourth. With Choicer, Court Star, Paragon there. Next in was Pop and Scotch from Kaiser Franz Feltra, Meteorologist and Tears of Joy. Sought after's pulled up at the back of the field with Tessa Stock, and Barrage was last.
Self-Sense, the Victorian, has bolted away with the Ipswich Cup. That's an easy win to beat Benzini and Jumbo Prince. Now a big gap back to Benzini, and then about 2.5 lengths away to Jumbo Prince. Paragon was under the whip 1,200 metres from home and has still battled on to run fourth in front of number 14, which was, I think, Choicer. But all honours with Self-Sense, who was... Well, there's another one.
Right, Dom the Bomb at teletrack.com. Send an email to Dom and tell him what you think of that performance from Jumbo Prince. Listen, thank goodness none of these 4 commentators. It's that one, it's that one, it's that one. There's the horse that ran third. That was very poor, Rod.
Well, you were telling me it's the one on the outside, moving up.
One of the yellow. I said it wasn't that one.
Anyway.
Anyhow.
Backed it each way, you'll get a bit of your money back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And third.
Right. Yeah.
Dom did say get on a place. He was more confident about that. Liam, nice to see you again.
Thank you. Good to be here.
Yep. What's happening on this Saturday morning for you? Lots of nice rugby coming up. Maoris are in action against the British and Irish Lions, and obviously second test between the Box and the Les Bleus.
That could potentially set up our Saturday, because it will be a tasty affair, especially the New Zealand Maori getting stuck into those Lions.
Physical, eh?
It will be. But of course, the Lions' very good performance last week against the Crusaders. I think that will probably have to be their benchmark in the Test series. Otherwise, they're going to get out.
The Maori's got about 9 All Blacks, they say.
Yeah, it's a very good side. You could also make the argument that some of them would have been in the All Black side that played yesterday.
And can I ask you a question? The overrated Highlanders, did they win during the week? Did they beat the Lions?
Yeah, they're rubbish.
Who, the Lions?
Both of them. This Lions side's in a lot of trouble. You know, I think that if you went back to his game plan 6 weeks ago, it would have been built around maybe Vunapulu, however you pronounce it, and Farrell. He's missed both of them. Definitely one for sure. Maybe the other one.
Vunipola, the number 8.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think a lot was going to be built around his physicality and everything. I think he's a very ordinary rugby side. Yes, they did beat the Crusaders, but they've been anything but prolific. And let's be perfectly honest, the All Blacks will score points next week. They're not going to creep in.
The way I saw them play yesterday, they were brilliant.
Well, they only scored 7 goals.
That's the only time I watch rugby, when it's like that. Absolutely brilliant.
To be fair, I mean, with Vunipola out last week, well, he's out of the tour. Yeah. I thought Toby Faletau had a very good game. I mean, I don't necessarily rate him overall, but I thought he stood up quite nicely last week. But he is not necessarily going to be the answer in the Test match.
Well, there's the betting for today's game. The Maori All Blacks are 14-10. The Lions are 6-10, Liam. These Maori All Blacks have got to have a huge chance of beating the Lions.
Yeah, absolutely. If the Lions don't play at the level they did last week, and you must remember, it's still a case of Warren Gatland trying to find his best blend for the Test match. He'll have a fair idea, obviously, but there'll be maybe 2 or 3, maybe up to 4 spots that's still up for grabs. You know, in the absence of you knowing which side you're going to put out and sort of investing in that side, they're going to be in trouble.
They got a different captain today.
Yeah, they've had different captains as they go
but
along.
Warburton's the captain, isn't he?
He's the tour captain,
Warburton.
But he's yet to cement his place
Warburton.
in that test side. I mean, he was fairly ordinary in the week. And, you know, you could easily make a case for 1 or 2 of the other guys to take over the reins because it obviously influences the back row combination, which is going to be crucial.
Well, here's the thing for me. Everyone's talking about, and you're reading in the press, that he mightn't play and he mightn't play for the Lions. It's a disaster. New Zealand, with the players who come off the bench yesterday, could start comfortably. And you were saying there's another potential 6 All Blacks playing in the Maori game today, correct?
There's a lot more clarity in terms of what the New Zealanders are doing.
Yeah.
I think with the Lions, if you take into consideration the 41-man tour party, changes happening all the time because of injury. The media there, there's just too much said, and I think a lot of the clutter, like, you know, it's very difficult for a coach like Warren Gatland to work through all of that and arrive at really proper, informed rugby decisions. He may stumble upon 1 or 2 good ones, but it's very, very difficult to go into a first test.
The
fully
game
know
Hogg,
what you're supposed to
would
be
it
doing.
make a big difference him going home?
Who's this, sorry?
Hogg, is it?
Look, he's had a very good year. In fact, since the last Rugby World Cup, Stuart Hogg's played fantastic rugby. So in that sense, he will be missed, but it will not have an impact on the test series.
Did you see the action? His own guy did it,
I'll tell you something. I saw last week, what's his name, the English fullback? Is it Brown?
Mike Brown.
Yeah. Did you watch him last week?
Yeah.
I thought that was one of the most entertaining games of rugby I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Against all my expectation, I thought he was excellent. I thought there were 1 or 2 guys playing for England there that wouldn't have been doing so badly in New Zealand.
Well, if you look at that side, despite the fact that there were 15 uncapped players, there are 15 uncapped players on that tour.
Really?
They still have some very decent test match players that would ordinarily play for England. Featuring in.
Well, Eddie Jones's comment, it was brilliant. He came out and said that's the best wind he's coached.
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
Because they were under the cosh for a large chunk of that game, and they had to show a little bit of mongrel, a little bit of resilience, which they did. And of course, then they've got a couple of game breakers, and Denny Salamona took the gap and set off.
I read yesterday that Warren Gatland wants to pick 6 more players to join the tour.
He has already selected 4 Welshmen, because Wales are in New Zealand anyway, so surprise, surprise. But those players will essentially be for selection in the midweek side. They won't have any impact in the test.
It's such a big squad. But I just don't understand something. They've known about this tour for 4 years, and here he is still experimenting this and experimenting this and that. And now he's going to go with Sexton. He's going to maybe be forced to go with Sexton, and if that's the truth,
well,
he's gone.
If Owen Farrell isn't fit, they are in trouble because. As things stand, he's got those 2 options that fly off, but there's also obviously the option of playing Farrell at inside centre. If they're going to win the Test series, or if they play as well as they did against the Crusaders last week, it will have to be with Sexton at fly-off and Farrell at inside centre. Because they will not be scoring tries.
Well, before we get Gary's final opinion on this game, let's just quickly remind you about the special that World Sports Betting have revolving around Gary. And that, by the way, is the after photo. Gary's extra time bonus.
Yeah, so that is if the team scores in stoppage time and it takes away from our best bet and you end up losing, you're going to get your money back.
By the way, have you converted back from Islam?
Yeah, that's true. It doesn't really look like me there.
No.
That's sort of halfway to the Benitez look, isn't it?
You look very fit there. I say you look very fit.
Yeah. I've been breathed for 2 hours before that photo, Afterwards,
I liked his World Sports Betting shirt. It was very nice.
Tom also got one. But do you want my final opinion?
I want your final opinion on today's game, because I know what your opinion is for the series.
I don't think the British Lions can win today. I think they're going to run into another exceptionally motivated New Zealand side like they did midweek.
It's probably the most motivated side outside the test matches.
Them to pieces. I promise you, there can't be too many British Lions looking forward to this game. They just want to get through unscathed. Your best chance of playing in the first test match is to not get killed today. If you can just survive today, you could be one of the last men standing. I think the Maoris will win today. I think +4.5 is an absolute bonus.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Read into it like Captain Cook and where he went.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, that's our heritage a bit, isn't it, Captain
Could have
Cook?
got away with it by not saying it.
Botany Bay.
Hey? Botany Bay, where's that?
Botany Bay?
Well, that's in Australia.
No, it's in Australia. What state?
On the coast.
What's on the coast?
Queensland.
New South Wales.
It's like a little bay.
New South Wales.
Gary, the coast goes right around Australia.
Yes, it's an island.
It's an
right?
island, John.
New South Wales.
Well done. I didn't know that.
Everybody knows that.
You're Australian. He's the furthest thing from Australia.
Yeah.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
Boy, what? You do.
Okay, well, we spent enough time talking about the British and Irish Lions and Botany Bays. There's a game on the go at the moment between Australia and Scotland. I'm intrigued to know what's going on. Whoa!
Wow, you.
Rod, what have you done?
Hey.
You are a nightmare.
Actually, I was going to try and make it one of my best bets Australia, and they said you can't.
I think
'cause it
that might
starts
be one
when
of
the
my
show
best
starts.
bets.
Well, you could have done.
It's
It's in
boring.
running.
How did
Mine-
you read it?
You could have it in running, Rod.
But look, okay, so let's just grab this opportunity, right?
Yeah.
You liked Australia. You liked Australia. You could had to back
I
them.
liked Scotland.
You had to back them minus 13 and a
I
half.
had my laugh on Scotland
just
to
to
be the
win.
first
Yeah,
time.
but
ever.
But we're
spread,
going
just
in
in
now.
running, in
We're
running.
going now.
Yeah.
Now you can back Australia probably at 4 or 5 to 10 instead of at 1 to 12, and you can back them minus 3.5 instead of minus 13 and a half.
How much time left in that game, then?
Half
Half
time.
time.
Half time.
No,
So
that's
if
fine.
anybody,
That's fine, yeah.
so people respect yours or Rod's views. Phone WSB now. No,
Laughing
there
at the
are
Rod's
people.
view part.
A lot of people get dropped on their heads at early ages. Phone WSB now and get on to Australia.
Talking
Blame
about
Rod
getting
and
dropped in head, let me just tell you a story that happened last week. So we go to the game last week at Loftus. So we go to that pub. I forget it. I've been told 100 times.
I can't say the name.
You can't say the name?
Not on air.
Oh, okay. So, well, they've taken down the neon flashing lights. That's all I say where we went. Anyway, it was a nice pub. Had a couple of beers, had a platter of food. So now, well, I had a platter. We shared it. So anyway, it was good. So we go, you sit in the stand. I'm halfway up, right on the halfway line. So great seats, so you can watch either way. But I forgot to bring my glasses. So now I can't see anything because you're up high. Well, you can't have a beer. You weren't allowed to have a beer last week. But luckily for me, there was 2 guys sitting behind me who were set out their store with biltong and their drinks and everything, and they commentated on the game. So thank goodness I knew what was going on. But it was a great.
You didn't miss a lot.
I didn't. It wasn't the greatest game. Wasn't the greatest game, I must say. But
Just lacked a bit of zip, didn't it?
yeah.
Gary?
Yeah, it did. It was a little bit of a lackluster affair, you know, and I don't think that people in a punting perspective or in an expectation of South African rugby should read too much into it, should they? I mean, let's reserve judgment until this early evening when we see what they do against the better
What did you make
French.
of the intensity of the 80 minutes?
I thought the French were like a bunch of pup bourgeois. No, they were useless. I don't know. I'd like to ask a few of the Springboks what they thought of the game.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Did they feel they had a little bit of extra space, so the French were a bit
I think
soft?
the point
you
was
might
made on the
find
show
that.
last week already that the French were less interested in the first test. For them, it was all about the second test and the third test. Once you incorporate those players from Toulon and from Clermont, and they will make a massive difference.
Liam, how
to
many
that.
changes have France made?
They've made 8 changes to their starting lineup.
Officially 8, even though you...
Yeah, let's go with 8.
Okay. Even though you've counted, there's some mystery guy.
No. Let's go. Let's go.
Right, so
let's
that
go with
betting, so you get 7.5 point start if you want to back France.
Well, let me say this. I think there are 2 interesting things there. First of all, that market came out at 9.5. To move a market from minus 9.5 down to minus 7.5 means there's been a fortune of money.
Oh, really?
For France, an absolute fortune.
That's
There's
how
also-
betting works, Rod.
No, I know, but I was just getting Terry to comment, and he just nods for anything. He doesn't even listen what's going
Don't
on.
you think there's another anomaly there? That last week it was minus 7, and the Springboks won by 20 odd points, a lot, and now still 7. So the shrewd punters are seeing exactly what Liam said, a little bit of the French not being interested last week, and this is where it really counts.
Have they got enough good players coming in, Liam, to make a difference?
Absolutely. If I put it to you this way, that the players who came into the side now are in many ways the best players in France, if you consider that Toulon and Clermont played in the final of the top 14. Now, to get to the top 14 final, you have to play out of your socks. The one downer there would ever be that obviously at the tail end of a season for them, those players might be a bit knackered, but they've had 2 weeks off now, so they should be good to go.
Are you allowed to bring fruit punch into the stadium today?
It's Durban,
you
isn't
should
it?
be able to. If you
You
smuggle
get
it
the
good
car
well
park.
enough.
You just get
Yeah,
loaded up in the
exactly.
car
Shush,
park
shush.
before you go in. You'll be right for 2 hours.
But you know, you said that biltong there. I'm a little bit. I feel sorry for Citrus.
Who?
Citrus. I mean, if you go back in history, Citrus was a huge part of rugby, right? At half-time,
Oranges.
used to get
Oh,
oranges.
yeah,
and when
yeah.
you used to
Oh,
go to
yeah.
those-
Vent your anger
and
through.
used to throw notches at referees. They don't do that anymore. I think that people are going to...
I tell you what, we need to go to Ellis Park next week and bring that tradition back.
You can get in for $100.
Can you?
Really?
Yeah,
I think
that's
they
the
should throw
cheapest
notches
ticket.
today. I think if
You'd-
the ref makes
you'd
a
have
bad
to-
decision, they
if
should
you
pelt
get-
him.
If you get the
won't
$100
make no
ticket, though,
difference
you'd
if
have
you don't
to
take
probably
your
throw very
glasses.
far.
No.
Okay, wait. Now let's end off this game.
Yeah.
Because we've got to talk about soccer and cricket and golf as well. Winner for you, Rod.
I just take that spread. I think it's a great spread at 7.5. I really do.
Terry?
South Africa.
Gary?
South Africa to scrape it, but not going more than 7.
Yeah, same there.
Yeah,
So you're just betting them level.
I'd back
The
South
box to
Africa
win.
outright in doubles,
Okay.
and I'd back France plus 7.5 to, you know.
Okay, quickly, Argentina against England, the second test. I think this will be a cracker, Liam. Will Argentina feel hard done by after the first test?
Yeah, we spoke in the week about this. It's a difficult one to call, but if Argentina play as well as they did last week, they'll win. Just don't make the silly mistakes they made last week.
Agree with that?
Yeah, I think they'll win tonight, Argentina.
They're 9-10 favourites to win it, of course, and the spread is half a point.
Half a point, innit? Yeah.
So that'll be a good game, and have a bet on World Sports Betting. Let's get into the Champions Trophy final. Can you believe it, Rod? The two old enemies face off in the final of the Champions Trophy.
Been an interesting tournament, hasn't it, eh? Really been interesting. Your side's gone.
What about your
We
side?
didn't.
The postcards are home before you get home again. What a disaster.
We never
You
finished
are
it.
hopeless, matey, honestly.
We never
You
finished a
really
game.
are. But I've been waiting for England to collapse somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, they won 3 on the trot. Watched them against South Africa, win 2, then have a horrendous. And I was waiting for that bad game to come, and it came in the semi-final.
But I mean, we're avoiding the main thing, the elephant in the room, and that's South Africa.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to be the most embarrassing, useless,
Right,
rubbish.
there we go. That's one way of saying Rod. Prod. Go.
No.
Yeah,
I'm telling.
and don't mention that word, because you're as bad.
Well, I'll tell you what's happened during the week. I've had people at I shop up the road here.
And when you go shopping,
Another selfie. Another
Woolworths and-
fan take a selfie
I
with
don't
you.
do selfies anymore, too old. So when I went up the shop, you know what they said to me? This lady walks up and says to me, "Why do we keep losing all the time?" And I thought, you know what? Don't.
How much time do you have?
No, I just said, I'm not going to get into it. She said, we're not good enough. I said, you are good enough. She said, why? I said, well, you don't get to #1 ranking in the world unless you're beating other teams.
Friendlies. Yeah.
No, but I know, Terry. So then she said, do you think we're chokers? And I said, listen, I'm not commenting, I'm
They
not
are.
talking about
I knew
it.
he'd get that word
I
in.
did.
But he was
Didn't.
quoting what she said. He
Yeah,
would never
was
say
it
that
Mrs.
himself.
Winterbottom again?
Yeah, that lady up there, she always gets me at the checkers. So she said, well, why didn't we win? I said, look, and I saw the stat yesterday, Liam, I think it's 15 tournaments now, international tournaments, with T20s, this tournament, plus the World Cup. They just haven't featured.
If you look at that game, if you look at the way they started that game, it just looked like they were playing with the fear of failure. They were shackled by it. I mean, normally free-scoring batsmen like Quinton de Kock was just scared to have a go.
Well,
and I don't think the conditions. I mean, I'll give India their due. They bowled well in that opening spell. But you still have to make your own luck and sort of take the game to the other side. And we didn't do that.
Well, what is it? I mean, come on, guys. I mean, you're
Stage
set up.
fright.
Well, that's...
Yeah, but not good enough. It doesn't.
It was more apparent to me. It was more apparent to me in that game than almost any other ICC event where they've lost.
And see, the coach hasn't applied for his job, isn't it? Isn't it today the last
it was
day?
yesterday. We don't know if he applied yesterday, but yesterday was the deadline.
I tell you, shouldn't keep his job. He's the man that does the rankings. We are not the best side in the world. We're not even close to it. To be perfectly honest with you, we're not in the same class as India. That's been proven. We're not in the same class as England. That I'll guarantee you. You know, if we're lucky, in
And
my
I think
opinion,
even though Australia didn't make it up the group stages, I still
Australia
think
probably a better
pound for
side than
pound,
us
they're
on
better
the
than us.
We have some very, very good players, but if you look at our lineup on any given day, you can probably change up to three players easily with a better player elsewhere in South Africa.
Sure. Well, here's the question. When's the next World Cup? 2019, yeah?
In England as well.
Do you just... I mean, AB come out and they said, why do you want to keep the captaincy? Because he said, I'm good at it.
Yeah,
That was his comment. I'm
I
not having a
don't
go at
think he
him.
is.
I
think
don't
he's
want to
made
go
some
back
horrific
into the AB de
decisions.
Villiers debate because I think we've discussed it enough. But what really concerns me, and I don't know if you would have followed, Rod, yesterday the South African A side played against Sussex and they got the pants beaten off them. Absolutely thumped.
All 889 or something.
Where's the depth? Where's it gone?
Well, I don't know what to say. You know, you can make up your own mind. You can say what you like. We all got an
But
opinion
let's talk
on it.
about your team.
What?
Australia. How poor were they?
Didn't finish a game, Terry. They never even got to finish one game.
True.
Washed out every game.
True, but you wouldn't have won
well,
two of them anyhow.
Okay, well, let's move on because you're a much better side. How did you go? Where's your
We
bottle?
were crap again, but I waited for it to happen. 3 on the trot, we won.
Oh, so England got a rule. If you win 3, you got to fail. You
Well,
can't win
I'm just
4 in a
saying,
row.
I think that's right.
I thought they would win it. I actually thought they'd get through. I really thought
I mean,
so.
you talk
but they
about
were
South
disappointing.
Africa. I mean, England beat them in the 3 series as well. prior to the...
I said that England had one problem. I said that their bowlers couldn't defend an average score when it came to that. Remember I said
I think their bowlers are
Anderson
crap.
and Broad,
Well,
and that's their problem. You know, they don't...
But they haven't gone with those guys for a while.
Yes, but I'm saying the side that they've got, I'm not saying they should pick them. Those bowlers, Rashid, you know what I mean? They're okay, you know what I'm saying? Finn, but they're not going to defend 270 on a decent wicket.
They've missed a trick in England by not picking Broad and Anderson. I know the whole reason they're not picking them in limited overs cricket. They want to prolong their test career, etc., but they missed a trick by not picking their
See
two
the teams
best
for the
bowlers in
T20
country.
coming up. That starts, what does that start, Wednesday?
Wednesday.
That's at the Rose Bowl, Southampton, first one.
Thanks for that. All right, now who's going to win today's final? Rod and Gary. I want to ask you, and Liam as well.
Well,
Terry
Terry
no one
doesn't got a
cares.
clue. He actually follow cricket.
God, of course I follow India, going to trot up.
No, you'd think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
But Pakistan, I tell you what, Mickey Arthur's done a great job there, eh? And I'll tell you what I've been impressed. Their bowling has been really good. They're wicket takers. They've bowled stump to stump. It's hard to score. You've got to take chances against them. And they're fielding. I mean, they used to be like India, but you would give through 10 fours in a game, but they're really jacked up. The only thing you would say, and I hope for Mickey, I actually hope they do well, because I actually like him. He's done well.
Good coach.
Well, he went to Australia and got fired, but in the minor league...
They all get fired there.
From Australia, yeah. But I hope Pakistan do well, but I just got a feeling that India are on such a roll. They're so confident at the moment. I mean, the way they went about their business chasing a smallish score the other day was so impressive. Yeah. I just want to have the last word on South Africa if I can.
Certainly, yeah, carry on.
I just want to say something. There's got to come a stage in your life where we all sit here and call them I don't hate that word, but chokers and whatever. Yeah. But at the end of the day, that's exactly what they're doing, because there must be in that camp when they go out and say, oh, please don't let it happen again. Please don't let it happen again. Instead of playing their natural game, as one of you guys mentioned, they freeze. And they go wrong. I don't know why it is.
Would that have been under orders?
What, to freeze?
Would that have been under orders?
No, I think at the start of the innings, I think the idea was not to lose wickets and to have a cautious approach.
But I've never seen a
you
guy
go into your shell and not take it to the
most natural guy just plod and... I mean, I couldn't believe it.
Those run-outs
This would be
were
my
also
advice. This would be my advice for Cricket South Africa. Hire an Australian coach. Get that steeliness, that Australian winningness back into the side.
I know the
because that's
perfect
what they
coach.
Ray Jennings they got rid of because he was given remember that little click? Yeah, he was disciplined, and he was saying, you got to do this, you got to do that, stop your click, and the click actually got him out.
Are we still doing the winners?
Wait, I'd like to get there in a moment, but I know who the perfect coach is. He's not Australian.
Who's that?
New Zealander.
Fleming.
Correct.
I agree with you. Somebody who's tough and knows how to win. We just lost that feeling.
Yeah.
Okay,
Anyway.
today's game. Liam.
A few weeks ago, we were asked to come up with our winners, and I said I would go left field, and I said Pakistan then.
You did?
Full to
22-1. Well done, Liam. Lose or draw.
We haven't won.
A lot will have to happen
Good
for them
filter.
to win this thing. India, I think, will start as clear favourites, but for Pakistan to win, they will probably have to play their best game of the
It's going
tournament.
to be a great game.
Yeah.
Before I bring Gary into it, there's another marker that I think Gary would like to get involved in. It's first ball of the match. And I know that you play every market possible that World Sports
10 to
Betting
1
offers.
a wide.
What do you get? What's
Yeah,
that?
well,
10 to 1
a leg side
10 to
wide.
1 a wide. Is that the... There it is. 10 to 1 a wide.
Is it
Mohammed.
Steve Armisen burning
One
the first
run,
ball?
11 to 2, Gary.
What's that? Yeah.
Yeah. Off the first ball.
If India bat first, it'll be a leg side wide for Mohammed
What a-
Amir. He's back in the side.
Exactly.
What a good bet that is.
No, it's such a lot of fun. And I mean,
Bit
it's
of
not-
fun that, eh?
Yeah.
imagine how sick you feel when you take the 11 to 2 one run, the guy hits it down to sort of mid-on, trots through, and the guy throws, hits the stumps, and they take
Ricochets.
they take an overthrow, you know?
6 runs, is that one that clears the boundary straight off the bat, or could it
No,
be
they run
overthrows?
6 times. That happens all the time. No, true. No, and as long as it's 6, you know?
That's
Right.
that's a great, that's brilliant.
Yeah, well, there's more. There's top Pakistan bowlers and batsmen and Indian bowlers and batsmen. So Hassan
think-
Ali, he's good. 3 to 1,
is good,
joint
huh?
favourite with Mohammed Amir, who's
I
just
think
been
the
injured.
bails will come off 45 times in this game.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah,
And how
because
many-
you also get the mock stumpings.
Yeah, and how many appeals?
And also when the umpire takes the
they'll
bails off at the break.
27
quite right.
appeals.
Yes.
Someone
Okay,
like
that's
that.
top Pakistan bowler if you're interested. Here's batsman. Oh, I like someone here. I like that fucker Zaman guy.
Who?
That's
Yeah.
his
What?
name.
Yeah.
What?
You
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
Say
say that.
that,
That's
you
his
can't
name.
say
No,
I'm
no,
joking.
no.
He's 4 to 1.
Top of the order.
That's
Top
it.
of the order. He's top class. That's his
Who's
name.
the man?
Hey?
Zaman.
Zaman, yeah.
What's his
Fucker
What's his
Zaman.
first name?
What?
Fucker.
That's
It's
it.
on his back. It's his
Is
first.
that why that you're right?
How do you spell that?
Understand.
Fakhar.
They say you're right.
That's his name. I didn't name him.
You're right, they say.
I must have played against his brother years ago because I used to call him that as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
Rod, Mohamed Hafeez batting number 4 at 4 for them. I mean, it's like it makes no sense whatsoever.
He doesn't know who Mohamed Hafeez is.
He's stunned by that other guy's
I
name.
take it back. Withdrawn, Your Honour.
Yeah. There's top Indian bowler, by the way. I live with Nashwa Kumar, 3-1. Jasprit Bumrah, 7-2. So is
You sure
Ravi
you pronounced that
Ashwin.
right?
Who?
Are you sure you pronounced that right?
Bumrah.
Yeah.
Bumrah.
I just want to say something here. You see it later in my best bets, right? On these markets where they're reasonable prices, you don't have to just back one guy.
No, you can do a
can back 2 or
combination.
3,
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
and one of them arrive, and you're still going to show profit.
Profit, yeah.
Quite right.
All right. Terry, I'm going to bring you in here. Would you like to talk about golf or football?
I don't mind either way.
Let's do football. Confederations Cup starts later today, and well, there are 4 games this weekend. And Terry's already set out his stall, saying he doesn't know who's going to win. Surprise, surprise. But have you got a winner for today's game? Russia against New Zealand.
Oh, I think Russia will win that. I
Do
mean,
you?
Well, the home country. I mean, New Zealand. I mean, you can't. What's the prize? They wouldn't have a price, would they?
3-10. They got a prize.
But they
World
are.
Sports Betting
What's
got a
the
prize
point
and
in me
everything.
saying New Zealand then if they haven't got a chance?
Because you sit on the fence all the time.
Look,
Surprised you're
it
not
may be a
saying,
matter
"Oh,
of
it's
life and
okay."
death for Russia, so there'll be a lot more incentive for them.
Absolutely right. But you know, all of this is preparation for the World Cup in a year's time. All this competition is about to see everything's working, see what the stadiums, etc., and just giving them a feel of what we can expect in a year's time.
Do you ever play
That's
there,
what it
Terry,
is.
in Russia?
No, I don't want to either.
Fly over?
No, I don't think so.
I thought you said you'd been to Vladivostok.
Vladivostok? No, I never went there.
How do you spell
I've been close to that. IT. You said, how do you spell it? IT.
Yeah,
Hey, clever, see?
At least your brain's working this morning. I like a bit of the second game. I think this will be worth watching, Terry.
I've gone for the draw.
Oh, that's a surprise.
Yeah, I've gone for the draw here.
2-2? Lots of goals?
Good, yeah, I'm going to go for goals as well. Yeah, I'm going the draw and goals there.
Wait, 3 things I want to ask you. First thing, Ronaldo says he wants to leave Real Madrid.
Well,
I mean, it's the biggest bargaining move. We're not that stupid. He wants a bigger contract.
Well, I think he wants 2 things. I think he wants them to drop the case that over 15 million in tax evasion.
Yeah.
I mean, so he's upset about that. I mean, he's just signed a new contract anyhow. I'm not quite sure where they're going to go. He said he's adamant that he wants to move away. It still won't make any difference. He'll still be charged, won't he? But but you're right. He's trying to put pressure on the tax authorities.
Yeah.
Absolutely right, and maybe also to get a new contract to try. But no, that's going to be a good. Mexico are okay as well. They're okay.
Who's going to be Southampton's next manager?
That I honestly don't know. I mean, wasn't surprised that our man Pio was actually sacked. That's the only word you can call it. But he walked away with a nice. I think he had 2 years left on his contract.
A bit of your pounds.
Yeah.
But what would have the expectation have been for him? I mean, in terms of where they finished?
I think
and
communication
what
was the big problem, Liam. And I spoke to him, but had a very hard conversations with him. He couldn't express himself. He knew what he wanted himself. He knows how he wants the game played. But we had such a support. UEFA
How many
was
games
very
did you win, though?
Pardon?
Southampton won 8 games the whole season,
Absolutely right. In the last 8 games, we only won 1, and we were the second lowest scorers behind Sunderland. And at home, we were awful in terms of scoring goals. But I suppose. But in saying that, we finished 8th. It got us to a cup final, which I know we lost, but that should have won. But it was
a bad 8.
But communication was the big problem.
Well, how did you speak to him if he couldn't talk
Well,
English?
I mean, pigeoning, but when you're trying to get across to... What happened was he got a guy called Eric Black to come in as his assistant, who was English or Scottish, played in France, so spoke fluent French. So, but he did all the coaching, and he stood on the sidelines, and then when it came to actually team talks, it just didn't work. It just didn't work.
I heard a rumour you were teaching him English. We can't understand you on this show.
We had a good conversation between
us.
Because all I did was nod my head and smile. So I don't know, and that's the honest truth. Honestly, I don't know. But apparently De Boer is the 7-2 favourite. There's been opened up. There's a bookmakers have opened up the prize, and Ronald De Boer looks to be the favourite.
Where's he from?
He's from Holland. He's a Dutchman. And a great player.
Oh, is it?
Good player in his day.
Speaking of speaking English, you should YouTube Jim Telfer, 1997 British and Irish Lions tour. and just put in speak English, because he gets chirped at one of the grounds by somebody in Afrikaans, and after a while he just loses it.
Really?
Jim Telfer.
Jim Telfer.
Jim Telfer,
Speak
remember
English.
Can we show it on the show?
We
or-
can.
The language is all right?
We'll
Yeah,
do it next
I think
week.
most
Okay, that's a
yeah.
promise. Don't
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
Do it next week. We'll
Yeah,
show it on the
good
show.
idea.
We saw Cameroon, Chile. I think you're going to go with Chile.
Just go a little bit crowd. I mean, Australia got thumped during the week against Brazil, got beat 4-0.
Would you say it's Germany's third team?
Well, it's a very weak side. There's been a lot of injuries, and obviously he's leaving a lot of players
Hey,
out
Australia.
to rest them. Yeah, you're in, mate. Yeah,
Good.
you won your confederation.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're in the World Cup. Have we qualified?
No, you're in danger of not making it.
yeah, you're in danger. You've got to qualify.
To be fair, I mean, lots of small islands that you have to beat.
I'll tell you, that's qualified Iran.
Have they got coastlines all the way around?
All the way around.
Okay.
Yeah, so you've got Cahill as your captain. He's 37, playing in America. He's
to
still
play
going.
He
Yeah,
used to play in
yeah.
England, didn't he?
By the way, did you know the last time these two teams played, the result was 2-2?
2-2, I saw that, yeah. Just be wary. Germany have got a very, very weak side. I'm
So
not
you wouldn't
saying,
take the 4-10, or you would?
I would on Germany still. Yes, I would. But I'm just saying, be wary if you can lay.
So you think they got a weak side, but you would still back them, and your manager had a
Well, because
communication problem.
I think Australia's so poor.
Maybe the
But
problem
then
lay
what do
with
you have
the
to be
chairman.
wary of?
Well, just be wary of the fact that they're not as strong, as a normal German side
So
would
Australia
be.
could sneak in.
Yes, they
6 to 1.
could get something out of that. They could get a draw. I wouldn't.
Lots of injuries.
That wouldn't surprise me. Put it this way.
Okay, well, we need to stop you there because
Yeah.
you also want us to talk about golf. 2 rounds of the US Open is done. Here's the leaderboard. Paul Casey, Brian Harman, Tommy Fleetwood and Brooks Koepka, all 7 under.
Well, I had lunch with Neil yesterday.
I thought you were gonna say
and
you
he
had lunch
said,
with Paul Casey
What can we
yesterday."
back? And I said, well, before we I said I'd have gone for Paul Casey, to finish maybe the top British or whatever. I still don't think he can win it, but he shot 71 yesterday, didn't he? After his 60,
Matsuyama.
66.
Fill your boots.
Who?
Matsuyama.
Yeah,
Ricky
Came,
Matsuyama.
he came
won-
well yesterday.
Yeah.
I think he's the highest ranking player left in the field.
Yeah, the other one I told Neil to bet and go for a place, top 5, was Brad Snedeker. I told him to back in for a top 5.
He's got no chance.
Well, you don't know.
How's the build on that how do you say his name? Koepka.
Kepka.
Gee, how's the build on him? He's strong, eh?
He's hitting miles.
Jeez, he's got arms on him like, yes.
Sergio got to be in with a chance.
Got to be, but I don't think. I mean, Siwoo Kim. I think he 2 shots off the
But he
pace.
won, didn't he? He won in America
Yeah,
this
he
year.
can play.
He
Don't
can
worry.
He can play.
How
he
far
can
back is
really
Mark
play.
Leishman?
Yeah,
He's about 4 off, I
He
think.
won here.
3 or 4 off.
Won the Nedbank, didn't he?
He's had a
Okay,
good season.
we got 20 seconds before we need to go back to Australia. Len, do you have a winner?
Matsuyama, and then an outside chance, Martin Keimer.
Gary?
Fleetwood.
Terry?
Casey.
You just said he couldn't win.
No, I don't. But if you've asked me, I can do what I want. I said I'm going for Casey.
You just said he can't win. And
And I tell you, don't leave 8 Westwood any to finish in the top 5.
If Westwood finishes in the top 5, I'm going to fly you to the British
Well,
Open.
the last 7 he's finished in the top
I'll
5.
fly you
of all.
to the next British Open if Westwood.
Okay, we need to go quickly. 2 words.
Leishman, top 10.
Leishman top 10. Right, we're going off to Australia, the home of Mark Leishman and Rod McCurdy, to watch another race. We'll be back after this.
And we've got the Virginian Ackett Tour heading to the gates in company with Snippets Land and Strawberry Boy, and there's Sharp Hustler, Top Time, Monsieur Gustave, Tail Event, and in his...
I don't know whether too many of these horses would win a Group 3 in the autumn in Sydney. So
Win it the way he did in the
and
Carline Club.
Win it the way he did. He absolutely bolted. Now, I think 1350 fresh up is ideal for him. It'll just be luck in running.
A Top Tone, number 13.
Well, Top Tone does like a wet track, and he's had 3 runs from a spell, so he's at peak fitness now.
In his stride, Rexy Lip just walked past and said, throw him in the first 4s. In his stride, he's 1 for 1 here.
Yeah.
Paul Hammersley.
That's right, he does like this track, and he's down in the weights, which is when he's very dangerous. He's got enormous turn of foot, this guy, and he's won 3 races on soft tracks as well. So, and what a massive step back it is from his Group 1 Kingsford Smith run.
Tail Event, number 15 for Brucey Hill and Glenn Collis.
Look, he's racing well in restricted grade. I'd be surprised if that's good enough for here.
Monsieur Gustave, number 16 for Daryl Hanson. Tiffany Brooker.
Yeah, he'll go forward and put plenty of speed on here. It'll just be the last 100, his worry.
And Sharp Hustler for Chris Muntz and Ronnie Stewart.
Yeah, look, a sleepy roughie, this guy. He's got a nice turn of foot. He races well when the speed's on, and he just gets sort of shunted in behind them. And look, I don't have him in, but he's sort of one of those horses he could be flashing late for a place.
They've arrived at the start here for the eyeliner, and now Bernadette Cooper with a late mail.
Yeah, I think at the value, I'm going to go Can't Buy Better here at his $8 mark. He's had that nice freshen up. As I said, he is a good swooper, this horse. He swooped it to Toowoomba to win a restricted class race, I know, but he's won a stakes race at his last effort, and I think, you know, he's been aimed at this race his whole preparation. 12, Akatur the Danger. As I said in that money, not too many of these win a class 3 in the autumn in Sydney. It'll just be whether or not he gets the right run in transit. 6 for third, the Virginian. He is a class act, and then I'll throw in the 10, which
the
was,
vets,
the 1.
Just to break in there, Bernie,
Yeah.
they're looking at the Virginian. The vet's having a look at the Virginian here. And we'll hear more in just a moment, but the vet is casting his eye over the Virginian.
Is that,
keep going.
Do you think that is at the request of the jockey, or is that the farrier coming out here now? The farrier's coming out. So, okay, so he's going to be reshot.
Okay, so the farrier's coming out. I was originally told it might have been the vet having a look, but the jockey's dismounted, so it's the farrier coming in to do some work on the Virginian. Keep going.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll have Can't Buy Better, 7 ahead of the 12, 6 and 1.
All right. Near 4 plate needs some work. Are they loading some of these in? I think they are. So they're starting to load, and there's a bit of work to be done on the Virginia. Let's go to Glenn Munsey and find out what they're backing here for the eyeliner.
Okay, Greg, a very, very wide open betting race. Punters, well, they can't shoot any straight, and they've shot in the last 2. But this one's got them a little bit more perplexed here. It's $6.50 the field in the eyeliner here. Numbers 12, Akatua, and the horse getting the reshod there. Number 6, the Virginian. Equal favourites at $6.50. Michael Carr looking for the big double here on the Virginian. Then we go to number 7, Can't Buy Better, is next pick at $8. The toppy, Shiraz, is an $8.50 chance. They're the 4 runners under double figures. The 11, Hand Fast, it's been supported today. In fact, nearly halved its quote today, 21 to 11. Perfect Dare, the 10, very easy, 6.50 out to 11. And then we go to Federal, which is TB number 4. It's a $12 chance. Money for Snippets Land as well, the 2, 23 at best into 14. And those people must have been listening to Rexy Lip there, because in his stride has been 31 into 17 today, Greg. So money at longer odds here. Hand Fast, Snippets Land in his stride, but 6.50 the field as we see the first of them go forward. That was Taylor Vaughn. That is Shiraz, and I'm sure the whole town of Dubbo will be on the back of Shiraz here to cheer it home.
Yeah, he's got a big fan club, Shiraz. He's had a few homes as well, Peter Nestor, and then Tony McAvoy now with Kim Waugh. And we're still having work done on the Virginian, the jockey's still waiting to be legged back aboard, Michael Carl, but they have loaded the majority of the field in, awaiting the work to be completed on the Virginian. But the farrier is just having a little bit of trouble getting the final bit of work done, and Michael Carl's waiting patiently. They're all in bar Snippets Land and Strawberry Boy and the Virginian by the looks of it. So all in bar 3, and work still being done on the Virginian here behind the gates. So let's get up to Josh at the 1350 metre start. This is the feature sprint at Ipswich. It's the eyeliner stakes.
Thanks, Greg. And we await for the Virginian to move in, and also Snippets Land. The farrier has been working with the Virginian with that near 4 plate. In the meantime, Snippets Land is about to go forward, and we are nearing a start for the eyeliner. So $6 to field on the UBet fixed odds, and $5.80 on the UBet Parimutuel the field here. So wide open affair indeed. So $13.50 for the eyeliner, and starter is yet to make his way around front. Couple longer odds, they've backed to Hand Fast and Snippets Land. A couple of roughies have been spec'd in the market here. So farrier working with the Virginian. Can't see through the trees the horse just through the 1050s, but on that shot we can see the work going on with the Virginian. Not an ideal lead up to a race, but the jockey Michael Carley's looking for a feature winning double after Self-Sense romped in the Ipswich Cup. Eden War Baby in the 2 long races here today, they've just both won by 100 yards. So looks like he's the last to move in, the Virginian, and the field will be right for the eyeliner. So stand by for a start now. 13.50. 5-1 the field here. So good luck. Field just about right to go. One bob in the head towards the outside. Could be Monsieur Gustave. Starter has them. Red lights on. Set now, gates open, racing. Oh, he's come out last there, the Virginian. He's missed the start out wide there, beginning sweetly. Monsieur Gustave, top tone, tail event. Kicking up as Strawberry Boy and Can't Buy Better's going forward. Flamboyant on the outside from Perfect Dare. Sharp Hustler, Casual Choice, Shiraz, the Virginian. Akatua, Snippets land out very wide from In His Stride. Second last there is Federal and the stablemate. Handfast last, about 14 lengths off the speed. Flamboyant's run to the front now from Monsieur Gustave. Can't Buy Better going to third, fourth, top tone, fifth, Strawberry Boy. Inside tail event from Perfect Dare, Casual Choice, Sharp Hustlers, Shiraz, Snippets lead. The Virginian In His Stride, Federal, Akatur and last is Handfast, about 14 lengths off Flamboy, who's raced away down the side, led in the eyeliner by 4 lengths now from Monsieur Gustave, and top tone the next one from Can't Buy Better. Perfect Dare's creeping forward. Sharp Hustler, Shiraz on the outside from tail event, Casual Choice, Snippets land. Over on the inside there is Strawberry Boy from Any Stride and the Virginian at the 300 metres mark, and Flamboyant still the leader from Monsieur Gustave. The Virginian tail events over on the inside. Where are the sweepers? Shiraz down the outside runs home. Flamboyant still in front from tail event. Coming down the outside is Monsieur Gustave, and Federal weaving through. Any Stride on the outside. They hit the line and it might be Monsieur Gustave. Monsieur Gustave, I think, has won the eyeliner from a photo. Federal In His Stride and close up Akatur or Flamboyant for fourth. Tail event next in from Handfast, Casual Choice, the Virginian, Snippets land. Then we had Shiraz, Can't Buy Better. Top tone towards the back was Sharp Hustler, Perfect Dare, and about the last one, Strawberry Boy.
Looks as though it'll be Monsieur Gustave just getting the bob in. Any Stride has just missed. Monsieur Gustave has beaten Any Stride, and the Godolphin horse obscured there is Federal. Flamboyant. Gee, Akatur, dear me. Didn't he get a nice crunch when it was just, he was having awful trouble getting clear, and then he just got a sniff and got shut right out, and then Shiraz behind those. So we're just waiting for the full numbers to go up there. They're up now. 16 the winner. Monsieur Gustave has won the eyeliner. 14 has run second In His Stride. One more hop wins. 4 has got third. That is Federal. And 5 Flamboyant has run fourth. And then it was 12 Akatur, most unlucky. But honours with Monsieur Gustave. Tiffany Brooker, 16.90 and 5.90. The numbers are in the frame, 16, 14, 4 and 5. OK, Daryl Hanson not here today, but we might go down to Bernie. He might be able to tell us more.
Yeah. Daryl has had to go to Kilcoy today, so we're going to chat with some of the owners here. Great job, guys. Well done.
Yes, thank you.
He's an exciting horse, and he's back to his best now.
Yeah, well, he's...
At the start, Moonee Valley. Moving into the stalls, Mega Blast goes into the gates along with Goodwood Zodiac. Show a Star comes forward now. Getting set, Moonee Valley. This is the Silver Thomas Hanley plate. Show a Star is in. Rosa Virginia forward. Extra zero joins the line now. Authoritarian milling around with Hersley, Black Tomahawk and Longeron. Now next one forward is Coldstone, so the first 6 are in the stalls. Field here of 11, so 5 to get set for the running of this, the 7th race. 5 to get set. Here's Hersley moving in. Authoritarian and on pacer goes into the stalls. Black Tomahawk is about to load along with Mr. Journeyman. And that might just about be it here for race number 7 on the program. Favourite way, Hersley at 4.20, ahead of Coldstone at 5.10 and Mega Blast the Kiwi at $5.40. Here's Mr. Journeyman coming in. Black Tomahawk will complete the line. The Cox Plate start. 2,040 metres. Black Tomahawk is in. Set. Ready now. And they're racing. Authoritarian took a backward step. Showing speed is Coldstone to lead Show a Star, and on the inside Mega Blast, out wide Goodwood Zodiac, and also from the deep Longeron. At the post a lap out, Coldstone in front of Goodwood Zodiac, out 3 wide Longeron, Show a Star next on the inside, followed by Authoritarian. Mega Blast the inside from Hersley, Rosa Virginia. Extra Zero is pinned away, is third last on the inside of Mr. Journeyman, and Black Tomahawk is last as they run past the mile. 15.50 out, Coldstone the pilot by a length, the Longeron, 2 lengths Goodwood Zodiac. Show a Star fourth on the inside, over a length Authoritarian, and then came Mega Blast, 2 lengths to Hersley, Rosa Virginia. Mr. Journeyman on the outside of Extra Zero, and Black Tomahawk whipped them in to the back section, 1,200 metres out. Coldstone looking to dictate, leads by a length the Longeron, a length and a half. Show a Star in the box seat third, the inside of Goodwood Zodiac, then Authoritarian on the outside of Mega Blast as they race past halfway at the 1,000. Hersley next on the inside of Rosa Virginia, then Extra Zero, Mr. Journeyman, and Black Tomahawk is last of all. At the top corner, approaching the half mile, it's Coldstone by 3/4 of a length. Steady fractions mid-race from Longeron. Show a Star is third, and fourth is Goodwood Zodiac, getting a better run today. Authoritarian on the outside of Mega Blast from Hersley, Rosa Virginia about to get mobile, then Mr. Journeyman, Extra Zero, and Black Tomahawk, and it's only about 5 legs first to last. So it's Coldstone and Longeron together at the 500 metres from Goodwood Zodiac. Show a Star needs an out, so too Mega Blast. Hersley's under the whip but getting going, followed by Black Tomahawk, who's working through the field. 300 from home, Coldstone, Longeron, 3 deep, Mega Blast on the outside chiming in. Show a Star needs a run from Goodwood Zodiac. Mega Blast takes the lead at the top of the lane from Coldstone. Show a Star out now, followed by Black Tomahawk. Mega Blast 100 to go from Black Tomahawk and Show a Star. Mega Blast gripping on. Black Tomahawk's coming at it. Nailed it! Black Tomahawk right on the mirror from Mega Blast, Show a Star, and fourth getting through, Extra Zero. They were followed by Longeron, Hersley, Coldstone, Mr. Journeyman, Goodwood Zodiac, Rosa Virginia, and Authoritarian. Black Tomahawk, Jai McNeil at 28.30 and 5.80 will just nail Mega Blast and Show a Star. Black Tomahawk, number 10, beautifully written.
This July, stand a chance to win an all-inclusive trip to the Melbourne Cup in Australia with the World Sports Betting July 6. Place any racing bet of R50 or more before the 1st of July 2017 to enter. Great consolation prizes up for grabs. Predict the first 6 horses to cross the line in mid-July and win. Enter now at www.wsb.co.za. Terms and conditions apply. World Sports Betting. Bet with the best.
Right, welcome back to the World Sports Betting Morning Betting Show. Here's last week's Sekitown competition winner. Well done to Brian Rowney, who managed to get...
Brian!
Kieran McAvoy was the correct answer. That was option C. Is that the guy that takes selfies with you at Checkers all the time?
Yeah, no, Chinese.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who is the leading British and Irish Lions point scorer? Is it A, Johnny Wilkinson, is it B, Johnny Bairstow, or is it C, John Robbie? Those are your options. I'm sure that's pretty straightforward. Please answer with your name and surname. Competition closes on Monday at 6 o'clock. SMS your answer to 44472. Terms and conditions apply. SMS costs 50 cents per entry. Standard rates apply. No free SMSs. Liam, you got any ideas who that might be?
Well, there's one of them. I think it's B. That there's a resemblance to Mitchell in Modern Family.
Uh-huh.
I thought that was that actual picture.
You're trying to say something about his orientation?
The red hair and the beard, Alistair.
Okay. Yeah. All right, now let's go into some best bets for the weekend. What's wrong with you? Seen a ghost?
Yeah,
Right, here's my opinions. The Maori All Blacks to beat the British and Irish Lions between 1 and 7. France to beat the handicap of +7.5. Chile and Germany both to win. And India to win the Champions Trophy tomorrow. Right, Gary, you next. What have you done?
Gone for the Maoris +4.5. I make them a certainty. India as well, I make an absolute certainty on the same page. And then I say you go for Sharma to be the leading Indian run scorer and Kohli. Back them both. Come to about 9 to 10 either or. And I don't think you'll have any drama. I think they'll get a lot of runs between the two of them.
Very good.
Okay, I think that's quite fair. Rod.
Why are you laughing at that? Why are you laughing at that?
Well, you've done well to get 2 lines there, mate.
Well, why do you want... I don't have to go 7.
2 winners is better than 7 losers.
Thank you.
Rod.
What will I get
teach
for
them,
that?
matey.
2 to 1? 5 to 2?
Yeah, you'll get 2 to 1. Exactly 2 to 1.
You get
2 to 1.
Exactly 2 to 1.
There you go. Nice
15 to 10. 15 to 10.
He's already spoken about it.
Liam Delcom, Romania to beat Canada. Are they playing?
They are, but I think I can still add, and I know the game is still going on, I'll still go Australia to beat Scotland. I have no idea what the score is now, but I'll still go Australia.
Apparently it's still 17-12. It's been the longest half-time break in history.
That's fine. France to beat the spread in Durban, and then Matsuyama to get
That's
into
a
the
good
top
bet.
three.
Actually, I quite like that. What has Terry done?
Ah.
You said you didn't like any of these. You
Russia to
sang
beat
out-
New Zealand, Portugal to draw with Mexico, Chile to beat Cameroon, and Germany to beat Australia. A little 4-timer all over the weekend, so you can have a look at it Saturday, today, Sunday, and Monday.
Okay.
Thank you.
So,
All over the weekend.
that's the story.
That came to
You haven't got a clue.
11 to 2.
11 to 2. Did it?
Yeah.
You made that up.
No, 11 to 2. Or was it 2 to 11?
Okay, so that's pretty much that. Thank you very much for watching. Rod, enjoy your weekend.
Yeah, again,
Farm.
off again, whoosh, whoosh, get it down you.
Farm sale at Claverflay.
Yeah.
I'll be there. Looking for-
Claverflay?
Yeah.
Oh, I've been there, great place.
What is it?
I've been there.
Where is it? Where is it?
It's in the Cape.
It's
It's 8 miles out, about 2 hours outside.
What's the name of the place?
Claverflay.
Fail.
Terry, you're not going to Claverflay, are you?
Not this time, but I have been there with John Costa.
Yeah, there you go. Well done.
Okay,
Get an
well,
invite
enjoy your
next year.
weekend as well, Terry.
Well, look, there's a little bit to look at, you know. Can't wait. Did you see the fixtures rate? Premier League fixtures?
Yes, no one
Brilliant.
Yeah. All right. Liam, enjoy the rugby and everything else that you're going to get up to.
Are you
today.
going?
Thank you. No, I'll be watching it on a big screen or on a television somewhere.
With a bit of brown meat in front of you.
It's looking increasingly like that's.
I'll look for your report. I've read it last
There'll be no
week.
report.
No reports this week.
Well, there'll be one, but it won't be match related. But there is something worth
Because I
reading.
read in between the lines
There will
last
be
week.
something worth
In
reading.
between the
Yes.
lines
And
last week.
Gary, you need to sleep.
Look at the back page.
I'm really, really tired. I'm going to punt like a lunatic. I'm going straight up now to get on WSB, fire like a madman. That always wakes me up. Adrenaline, endorphins,
I
a
like the
lot.
cricket bets, Gail. They're good bets, eh?
Okay, we're out of time. Thanks very much for watching. We're back again next week at 7 o'clock. Hopefully we steered you in the right direction. From all of us here on World Sports Betting Morning Show, have a wonderful weekend.